Hello everyone! In this video I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Samina Pasha to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Samina Pasha's words. Eid is over and the sacrifice of animals has taken place. Now it's time for you to prepare for your own sacrifice, because today the budget is being presented, and before that, the economic survey has already been released. We'll present that to you as well. What are the proposals in the budget? How will the public be sacrificed this time? We'll talk about that too. Along with this, as you know, all courts are now starting to reopen as per routine, so political activities will also begin again. What will become of Imran Khan's protest movement? Along with that, various budgets are expected, and today is also the day when Imran Khan is supposed to meet people. So that meeting will be of great importance. We'll share details regarding that as well. We'll also present some things to you in the form of comparisons to help determine whether today's government is worse or Imran Khan's government was worse. Many believed Imran Khan's governance was poor and that the public had to endure severe hardship. But do today's facts really support that claim? We'll discuss all these aspects in this vlog. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's begin by discussing that Imran Khan is scheduled to have meetings today with his family and lawyers, as Tuesdays are usually meeting days. However, there are concerns, even fears, that these meetings might once again be interrupted. Imran Khan himself has expressed this concern, and circumstances seem to point in that direction. Historically, whenever Imran Khan announces a protest, long march, or any agitation, his meetings are suddenly stopped, cutting off his communication with party leaders and putting him into solitary confinement. If this continues for a long time, it could have consequences. One reason is that on June 11th, there is a hearing on Imran Khan's bail application. If bail is granted, the government may be legally obligated to release him. However, he will still need bail in cases related to May 9th. According to their plan, they want to sentence him in the Toshakhana case, and once that happens, it would make it possible for bail in the Al-Qadir case as well. But to sentence him in the Toshakhana case, court hearings are necessary, and they must be conducted at Adiala jail. In such a case, Imran Khan's meetings cannot be completely shut off. So the authorities will have to decide whether to stop his meetings or allow them to continue. If meetings are allowed, then the possibility increases that his aggressive tone in recent tweets will escalate further, and he'll be able to guide his party leaders regarding protest movements. This presents two concerns for both the establishment and the government. Will Imran Khan's meetings be stopped again, or will the Toshakhana trial proceed? For now, his routine meetings with his sisters are scheduled. Let's see if Halima Khan is granted permission, as she was denied permission in the last 2 Tuesdays. Today, he's also supposed to meet with his lawyers, including Salman Akram Raja, Ali Bukhari, Niazullah Niazi, Irfan Khan Niazi, Tanveer Rajput, and Hassan Hamidullah. There is a possibility that Salman Akram Raja might again not be allowed to meet him, as happened previously. Some individuals like Naeem Haider Panjotha, Salman Akram Raja, and Shahid Khattak often show up but are made to stand outside without meeting him. Others might occasionally get lucky. Mujtaba Aslam was also not allowed to meet Imran Khan last time, even though consultation with him was critical given the upcoming budget. Despite the urgency, his meeting wasn't facilitated. Let's see what message Imran Khan gives today. The budgets are coming, but Imran Khan had clearly said that unless his meetings are allowed, his representatives from the KP government will not participate in budget proceedings. Though Ali Amin was allowed to meet him, Mujtaba Aslam, who is currently an economic advisor in KP, was not. His input was more crucial, as he needed to brief Imran Khan on several issues, yet no meeting was arranged. As for the federal budget, it's being presented today, and there's a high chance it will be a very strict one. Various types of taxes are expected, especially targeting the salaried class, who might be hit hard. The tough IMF conditions still stand. Surprisingly, while the budget includes a proposal to increase salaries by 5%, it is said this will be subject to IMF approval. Now, when government officials raised their own salaries by 600%, including the Speaker and Chairman Senate, they didn't seek IMF permission. They even made it retroactive from January, but when it comes to benefiting the public, the excuse of IMF approval is used. That's quite absurd. Also, taxes on ATM withdrawals are expected to rise. Many service sectors may be affected, and the budget overall will be tight. We'll discuss more once the full details are. For now, we have the Economic Survey Report. This review of the past year serves to show how close the government came to meeting the targets it set in last year's budget. It assesses which targets were achieved, exceeded, or missed. It's based on official data. If we analyse this report, it reveals deep disappointment in the government's performance. Despite claims that everything has been brought under control, the reality is quite the opposite. This isn't just analysis, it's backed by government's own numbers. They couldn't meet any of the targets they had set. They aimed for a 3.62% growth rate, but achieved only 2.6%. And even that figure is disputed. Many believe it has been manipulated. Some sectors saw gains, but not because of government performance or policies, rather due to other external factors. Most concerning is a World Bank statistic stating that 44% of Pakistan's population has fallen below the poverty line. That's over 110 million people struggling to afford 2 meals a day. I'll show you a comparison with the last economic survey from PTI's government in 2022. I won't consider the previous 2 years before that due to the COVID-19 pandemic, which impacted the global economy. Despite that, Pakistan managed to survive better than many. The latest report was significantly more detailed. Now, this government has been in power for nearly 3 years. I'm counting from 2022 onward, so it's fair to consider that a full 3-year span. After these 3 years, where does this government stand? And where was Imran Khan's government at the end of its tenure? If you just take a look at a few sectors, you'll get a clear idea. In the final year of Imran Khan's government, the GDP growth rate, which reflects overall national development, was 6.1%. This year it is only 2.68%, and if you calculate the average over the past 3 years, it comes out to around 1.7%, which I believe is perhaps the worst in Pakistan's history. Even if in some particular year it dipped lower, the average used to always bounce back. But this 3-year average of 1.7% is deeply concerning. Similarly, during Imran Khan's tenure, the agriculture sector saw unprecedented growth. A 44% growth rate was observed, and farmers collectively earned profits of 1,100 billion rupees. In contrast, this year the agriculture sector has grown by only 0.56%. Pakistan's 5 major crops have all declined, which means next year the government will need to spend huge amounts of foreign reserves to import what we once used to produce domestically: wheat, maize, sugarcane, cotton and so on. Farmers are reportedly facing a 200 billion rupees loss, and that has its own implications. In the industrial sector, Imran Khan's tenure showed 7.2% growth, which was quite strong because industries were operating at full capacity. Under the current government, this year's growth in the sector is just 4.77%. In services, the growth was 6.2% during Imran Khan's time. It has now dropped to 2.91%. As for per capita income, it was $1,798 in Imran Khan's tenure, and now it is $1,824. You may think this is an improvement, but consider the inflation. When income was $1,798, petrol cost around 150 rupees per litre. Now it's fluctuating around 250 to 270. Similarly, during Imran Khan's time, sugar, wheat and electricity prices were far lower. Electricity was 23 to 24 rupees per unit, whereas now it's 55. So, while income has technically increased by $100, the real purchasing power has declined. In investment, during Imran Khan's time, the investment to GDP ratio was 15.1%. Now it is 13.8%. These figures I've shared are just the surface. If I start listing detailed comparisons like the prices of flour, sugar, ghee, fuel, milk, electricity and gas, you'd clearly see how drastically the cost of living has risen. Back then, inflation was a hot topic, constantly debated on TV. But now, despite the rates being much higher, you don't see the same discussion. Yes, the rate of inflation has slowed, but the baseline prices are already so high that there's hardly any relief. Just look at the external debt. It has increased by, 70 to 80% compared to Imran Khan's tenure. And remember, this debt has been acquired just in the past 3 years. They've really damaged the economy despite being labelled as experienced. For the past 3 years, they've been trying to hold on to power using force and repression. They've taken control of the judiciary, suppressed protests, and subdued media by, buying some outlets, but they haven't been able to fix the economy. The foreign direct investment is nearly zero. Now they boast that remittances have increased, as if it's their achievement. But the truth is, more people are leaving Pakistan than ever before. Over the past 2 to 3 years, 2 to 2.5 million people have left the country. Naturally, when they go abroad and earn, they send money back. That's the real reason for increased remittances. Pakistan is now number 2 globally in terms of people leaving their country. And the trend is not slowing, it's accelerating. This is not a government success. It's a national tragedy that people no longer want to live in their own country. Not everyone can leave. 250 million people can't just disappear, but those who can are desperately trying to. You've made the country so difficult to live in that even the ordinary citizen wants out. These are the figures and facts of the moment. The full story will become clearer once the federal budget data is released. Lastly, let me share one more story. General Asim Munir's visit to the US is about to happen within a couple of days. On this occasion, PTI supporters are planning protests. It's an organized effort, and PTI leader Sajjad Burki has already released a video message. The local Pakistani community in the US is mobilizing. Shahbaz Gill has tweeted that there will be protests, not a welcome. This is being planned as a formal protest during Asim Munir's visit. The government has tried through diplomatic channels and community outreach to stop the protest, but so far they have not succeeded. The last time a Pakistani field marshal visited, the protest was cancelled at the last moment, but this time PTI believes the protest will go ahead. If it happens, if there is a protest outside the embassy, White House or Pentagon during the army chief's presence, it will be an unprecedented incident in Pakistani history. Let's see whether it actually happens or the protest is called off. But at the moment, it seems the government is trying hard, diplomatically, to manage the situation. That wraps up our translation of Samina Pasha's video. I hope this English version helped you understand her message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.